Have you ever wondered, who was the very first person to enter heaven after Jesus made the way? Was it a faithful disciple, a prophet, or perhaps a great king? The answer may surprise you. According to the Gospel of Luke, it was a man the world had already condemned, a thief, hanging beside Jesus on a Roman cross. In his final moments, he discovered a hope that no one thought was possible. This is the extraordinary story of the thief who entered heaven. Was unusually silent that morning. Outside the city walls stood a hill called Golgotha, the place of the skull. 3 crosses rose against the sky. In the center hung Jesus of Nazareth. On either side were 2 condemned criminals, men whose lives had been marked by violence, failure, and regret. To the crowds, it looked like 3 men sharing the same punishment. But before the day was over, one of them would receive an unexpected promise that would echo through eternity. As the hours passed, the pain grew heavier. The crowd mocked Jesus. Religious leaders laughed. Even one of the criminals joined in. "If you really are the Messiah, save yourself, and save us." But the other thief remained silent. He listened, he watched, and as he looked at Jesus, something began to change inside him. The same cross, yet 2 completely different hearts. At last, the second thief spoke, not to Jesus at first, but to the man beside him. "Don't you fear God? We are receiving the punishment our actions deserve. But this man has done nothing wrong." For perhaps the first time in many years, he stopped making excuses. He admitted his guilt. In that painful moment, a hardened heart began to surrender. Then the thief turned toward Jesus. With failing strength, and only moments left to live, he whispered words that would be remembered forever. "Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom." It was not a long prayer. It was not a perfect prayer. But it was a prayer filled with faith. A man with nothing left to offer placed his entire hope in the one hanging beside him. Jesus turned his eyes toward the dying man. There was no anger, no condemnation, only compassion. Then he spoke words that have brought hope to millions throughout history. "Truly I tell you, today, you will be with me in paradise." In a single moment, a condemned criminal became a forgiven child of God, not because he had earned salvation, but because he placed his faith in Jesus. The thief had no opportunity to change his life. He could not repay anyone he had wronged. He could not perform good deeds. He could not even step down from the cross. Yet Jesus welcomed him. This moment reminds us that salvation is not earned by human effort. It is a gift, freely given through God's grace, to those who trust in Him. As the afternoon continued, an unusual darkness covered the land. The crowds grew quiet, even nature seemed to pause. The one who had healed the sick, forgiven sinners, and calmed the sea, was completing the greatest act of love the world would ever witness. The thief watched, knowing his final moments were drawing near. Then Jesus cried out with a loud voice, "Father, into your hands I commit my spirit." And with those words, he breathed his last. The earth trembled, the temple curtain was torn in two. The sacrifice for humanity was complete. The promise made to the repentant thief would soon become reality. As life slowly faded from the thief, fear was replaced by peace. His past could no longer define him. His failures no longer held him captive. The final voice he had heard was not one of judgment, but of mercy. The journey that began in guilt was ending in hope. This story is not only about a thief. It is about every person who has ever wondered, can God forgive someone like me? The answer from the cross is clear. No life is beyond God's grace. No mistake is too great. No heart is too far away when it turns toward Jesus in genuine faith. For more than 2,000 years, the words spoken on that cross have continued to inspire hope. They remind us that God's mercy reaches beyond our failures. His love is greater than our past, and His invitation remains open to anyone willing to believe. 2 men hung beside Jesus. Both heard the same words. Both saw the same Savior. Yet each made a different choice. One rejected Him, the other believed. In the end, it was not their past that determined their future. It was their response to Jesus. The thief who entered heaven reminds us that it is never too late to turn toward God. His story is a testimony to grace, hope, and the limitless mercy of Christ. If this story encouraged you, take a moment to reflect on its message. And remember, the invitation to God's grace is still open today. Thank you for joining us on Echo Within. May this story remind you that God's grace is always greater than our past. Until our next story, may peace be with you.